Starting today and until March 5, 2021, Italy is going to implement a new series of restrictions against the coronavirus epidemic. These include a ban on traveling outside one's region and the toughening of the criteria leading to local lockdowns. Since November 2020, the country has implemented a system in which regions are attributed different colors and restrictions according to a number of factors, mostly depending on the level of pressure on hospitals and intensive care units. With the latest governmental decree, on top of the 3 red, orange and yellow zones, a new, white, zone is going to be introduced, namely for regions that register only 50 new cases per day over 100,000 inhabitants. Currently, no region in Italy is any close to these figures, and it is foreseen that it will take months before any area in the country can be considered safe to that degree. Italy is currently recording about 17,000 new cases and more than 500 deaths every day. The regions that are doing worse are Lombardy, the Bolzano region and Sicily, but overall 15 regions out of 20 are in a critical state, between orange and red zone. The color system has not worked, due to a misconception that the reopenings were going to happen as soon as certain parameters were met, regardless of whether the situation was consolidated or not, said Massimo Galli, infectious disease chief specialist at the Sacco hospital in Milan. Before and during the Christmas holidays, the figures that were going down have started rising again, he added. For the moment we do not have an unbearable pressure over hospitals, but indications are all for keeping up our guard. According to the National Health Institute (ISS), this week there still is a generally high risk of an uncontrolled and unmanageable epidemic. Yet, regions such as Lombardy are now protesting against the closures. We do not share the decision to make Lombardy a red zone, so if it is made official, we will appeal against it, said Attilio Fontana, governor of the region. Red zone rules include closure of all non-essential services, closure of schools after 6th grade, a ban on traveling outside one's town, and a ban on getting outside of home without a valid reason. New rules in the latest decree allow the opening of museums, though only on weekdays and only in yellow zones, whilst banning arrivals from the United Kingdom and Ireland. The good news is that for all other travelers coming from abroad there will be no need to quarantine, as long as they have a negative PCR test result obtained within 48 hours before arrival. Ski resorts, as well as pools and gyms, will continue to remain closed. Takeaway from bars and restaurants will only be allowed until 6 p.m., while a general curfew between 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. remains valid all over the country.